subscribe WorldWideChels.
I WorldWideChels. WorldWideChels.
Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, people, hopefully you guys can hear me. Obviously, I don't know if I'm lagging or not. If Justice can let me know in the private chat maybe or something, hopefully it's all fine. I hope you lot are doing really well. But yeah, a lot to talk about, of course. We're going to wait for everyone to tune in. Hopefully we see some comments, man. I've got over 130 people tuned in, but obviously I can't see right now. A little laggy and blur. Cool. We're going to let Justice in. Justice, save the day for me, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what you say, my friend?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on. I wish this connection gets better, man. It's very, very frustrating.
Yeah, you got to find a new ISP, bro. You just got to bite the bullet and do it, because anything is better than what you got right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. How are you feeling after yesterday, man?
Still not bothered. Really not. We can talk about individual players, but the overall performance, like I said, it's a matter of, number one, us only being in our third preseason game. Number two, putting way too much miles on these players. Number three, we were experimenting. We don't play a back four usually, and we damn sure don't play a back four with Trevor Chalobah in it, and Emerson at left back. So I'm not bothered. If you want to ask me if I'm bothered about some of the players' performances, that's a different thing we can talk about. The overall team performance, I'm not going to be too worried about that. Like I said, I tend to watch players' performances more than the team overall, and so I was hoping that Raheem Sterling would get a longer play time. But he didn't, because I wanted to see more of him. He's looked good. He's looked our best attacker. I think him and Pulisic have been our best attackers this summer in the 3 games. Not a big swath of games to judge by, but early returns. Does Kai Havertz also want to leave? Because there's a report out saying that problem is that there's so many players that want to leave, and they name Werner, Alonso, Aspie, of course, and I'm like, is Havertz in that too? Because he didn't look like he could be bothered either.
Yeah.
Although, I think he was playing off the right for some reason.
Yeah. It was very weird for sure. By the way, what was the score of El Clasico? I fell asleep.
1-0.
Oh, okay. 1-0. Guys, everyone that's tuned in, like the video, man. Wayne, Alfred, you lot can all join. I thought I sent the link to everyone. If not, I'll send it very shortly. Justice, I don't know if you've seen the updates for Kounde. We're getting a few more updates.
There's not very many.
I thought the meme would be done like by now. That's why I was hoping to stream my 6 and then just
Big
unfortunately,
Wayne, what's going on, guy?
How are you good? You good?
Same as it ever was. That bad,
Good
yes.
to see Wayne.
You're correct.
Wayne fell asleep during the game. That's how bad it was for him. He fell asleep.
Yeah, I didn't. I've watched the highlights, but I'm similar to you in a way that I'm not going to panic yet. But there's a few players that I'm a bit disappointed in of how they're coping and how they're performing. I'm a bit upset with the referee last night. I thought the referee didn't do a good job of the game. I think he didn't let it flow enough. And then I'm a bit disappointed in Tuchel in certain decisions he made. I think putting Malang Sarr in, like he did, put Koulibaly was for me a bit silly. And then like you pointed out with Chalobah in the back four, that for me was a very bad mistake. Like, if you want to play that back four, then you should have started, and you want to start with that, fine. But play with Silva and Koulibaly, where your back, that's going to be a better solid base as a back four, then having someone like Chalobah who you know is a not a his main position isn't a central defender. He's known as a versatile player, as a defensive midfielder, as a central defender, and they play right back. So why is he? For me, it was just a strange decision. And like I said, Sterling, like you said about Sterling as well, he's for me, what I've seen, he's been looking quite good. But how is he going to be ready if you're giving him 45 minutes? He's not going to be fully ready for the start of the season to play the minutes what we need him to play. So for me, it was just silly, stupid from all aspects of the whole game last night. And for watching the Arsenal fans glorying up, saying they've won a trophy and beat us in the final, and it's just it's a friendly. It's not like it's a major trophy. It's a friendly that we lost, and it was in circumstances was different, or it's just it was. I think there's so many words I can say about last night. Really.
Yep. Well said there for sure. Guys, we've got nearly 200 people tuned in. Keep liking the video, support the channel. We've got Mr. Alfred joining as well. Alfred, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. Good to see you guys. I'm still, I'm not so much annoyed at the result. You know, a loss is a loss. Happens, especially in a friendly. It doesn't really matter, but it was an embarrassing scoreline, and again, just a very, very poor performance, very unconvincing. And although it was just a friendly, we continue to see all the problems in the team, and that's what I'm worried about. You know, you don't want to be playing like this just a couple of weeks before the start of the season. You know, you want to be going in there confident, playing somewhat well, and we'll see what happens in the next friendly. Hopefully we can pick it up.
Yeah, well said. And lastly, last guest so far, Mr. Nippon, how are you feeling?
Look, if you've seen my tweets today, you will know that I'm not pissed off by the result.
What about the performance?
Performance was horrible, but look, it's never nice to lose against your rival, and let's have it right. Shout out to Tony. Arsenal are our rivals. But look, I'm not going to lose my mind over a pre-season. If this was a league game or a game in Europe, in which then I'd be like, oh my god, what have we done and all that. Since it's pre-season, I'm not that pissed off. I'm just going to. I just want us to, have a good season ahead. And as history shows,
they did do it to us in the league as well.
Once.
Alfred,
let's not forget that when we played them on match day 2 last season, Lukaku made their defense look. Lukaku made their defense look like as it is.
Yeah, but we were a different team then. We were playing very well. You know, even Manchester City and Liverpool were playing catch up until we had all our problems. I'm not saying that what we were doing and the way we were doing it would have been sustainable, but we were looking very good. You know, towards the end of the season when we played them again, they freaking killed us. And just before that, Brentford put 4 past us too.
Just watching from
Bridge. Both of them happened at Stamford Bridge too. Not good enough, man.
Yeah.
I'm just watching a clip from last night's game. Dave has the ball. He's driving, gives it off to Georgie, who passes to Mount, and that's when Mount pulled the ball left of the goal. Terrible shot. He had Kai on the inside. If he just drifts that ball in, Kai has a shot on goal from the 6-yard box. This guy's supposed to be creative. yeah, there's a lot of players that need to have a reckoning this year. I don't care if you're from Cobham or from United States or from Timbuktu. It's time to either show what you're about or F off down the lane, right? Isn't
That's
that what they
right.
say?
Yes, that's definitely spot on. Just that's proper Chelsea talk there. You said.
Proper Chelsea. Oh man, I got that tag now. I'm gonna put that on my Twitter. Proper Chelsea. Hey, so
these American minerals every single time, yeah.
yeah, American minerals they're constituted differently than European minerals.
Okay, well said, Justice. Obviously, we know we're waiting for this meeting to happen, of course, for Jules Kounde. But apparently, Seville are playing the game just like last year. From what I'm reading in the last hour, obviously I might have read it wrong, so just as I'm not sure you've seen it.
No, I'll take it off once because Chelsea fans don't like red. But many red fan on.
What's this guy talking about?
He's talking to somebody else, bro.
Bro, I want to kick this guy out. This is what I mean about this guy. He always does it on my channel. I don't know why he does it on my channel only. Just me, for some reason. He's going to wait in the background. But yeah, Justice, I don't know if you've seen the small updates. Not major breaking changes or anything. But small updates that, you know, from what I can see, Chelsea's still working on Kounde. Not done, but not over yet. You know, we're getting this generic updates. Just as what's going on with this, man? What's going on?
Well, he's at the hotel in Lagos. He did not travel with the team for their match today. I can tell you that. There's supposed to be a meeting between Todd Bowley and what's the guy's name? Monchi.
Yes.
Reportedly. Yeah. I don't know what time it's supposed to take place, but I'm hoping that they'll end up firming it up. 55 million is their price tag. They'll take 55 million, and now I'm guessing they're Chelsea submitted a 55 million bid, but they don't like the structure of the payments. So they'll sit down and hash that out today. If you're hashing it out over payments, look, they'll come to a deal. Barcelona's bid will not be 55 million pounds.
Guaranteed, yeah. Right now,
it won't even be 55 million euro. So, again, it's one of those things. It's hard to wrap up buying a team's best player and the player that they're trying to milk every dollar or every euro out of, because that's who they're using to fund the team. Right? It's not like you're going to buy a player off the second-hand bin. These are top professionals. You know, the only top professional that Arsenal bought was Jesus this summer. Everybody else, I hadn't even heard of.
Yeah.
You know, Zinchenko. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Zinchenko.
Yeah.
But they're going to find out real quick that he don't play defense playing left back. That's why he didn't play. That's why Cancelo with a right foot played over him. So I'm telling you right now, when you're shopping at the high end, it takes longer for the deals to get done. So we'll get Kounde wrapped up, and hopefully we'll bring in a midfielder next, because our midfield is, once we get the Koulibaly and Kounde, our midfield really needs to work. I know he wants another center back, but that midfield it's bad. And
yeah,
people need to realize that Conte is not Conte anymore. We haven't even seen him because he doesn't have a vaccination. Jorginho cannot play in space, like I've been saying for 3 years now. And doesn't look like Conor Gallagher has the ball retention skills to play deeper. He needs to play further up the pitch. So you either have to sell these players and buy the players that fit the back three, or again sell these players to buy some that fit the back four. And there's very few defensive type midfielders you can bring in that would do that job for you right now.
Yeah.
So if you're going to stay in a back three, still, I would think that you would. I know everybody loves Jorginho, but I am not a fan. I've not been a fan. Sadiq, you know this about me. When you give him space and time, he's wonderful. When you put him under pressure, he is garbage. And when you ask him to play defense, you might as well ask the sun to stop shining. It's just not going to happen.
Like that mistake against Manchester United. Oh my God! when Sancho just took it off him and went in and scored easily.
That happens, man. That happens. We've seen Kante do it as well against Arsenal. It happens. But I get what Justice is saying about J5. Let me welcome Andrew very quickly as well. Andrew, very, very positive minded Chelsea fan. Yesterday especially. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you said something about, it's pre-season and we're looking into it too much. I think it was.
Of course you are, because
are you not worried a bit?
No, because this is the season planning out. Do people truly understand what a rebuild is? It's not just bringing in 2 players. It's getting rid of all the shit that we have. And we have more shit than quality in this squad. Okay? That's what a rebuild is. A rebuild is not going to take this. We are more alike to when Klopp came in at Liverpool than people realise. Okay? He had a ton of shit in that squad. Okay? And then he started getting his players, and then look at his squad now. I think there's like 2 players from when he took over that's in that squad. I don't think people realise that. And, you can have all the energy. Don't have the energy now because you're going to need it for this season. This season is going to be long and arduous. Okay? It's already compact at the start of the season, every 3 to 4 games we're playing. But you have to understand what a rebuild is. It's not going to be like FIFA where you can rotate 12 players out and 12 players in every summer. So until people get a mindset like that, and stop this little dick energy that you have for, players that you like. Oh, suddenly now the manager's out. If he doesn't watch, he's going to be sacked by December. You're still living in the Roman age, aren't you? You're still living in the, it's okay, Roman's here. We'll just do what we can. We'll just paper over the cracks. And that's been our problem. The best and worst thing to happen was us winning that Champions League because it papered over so many cracks in people's minds that they thought this squad was good enough. And it's not. It is rubbish, this squad. Absolutely. It's probably the worst squad in the Roman Abramovich era. The worst squad put together. And until people realise that and stop having ideas above what this team can do, then you're going to always be disappointed. I'm going to be patient and wait. I'm going to count anything a bonus this season that's positive. Anything. A cup victory, finishing in the top 4. We are not in a title race for starters. We're in a top 4 battle. As soon as people realise that, the better. But stop going on about, we're going to play a back 4 or back 3. We just need this player in to replace this player. Oh my God. Why isn't Timo getting minutes? Why isn't Kai? Why are you getting on Kai Havertz? He's silky. He scored a Champions League goal. Who cares?
Run up top, bro.
Not good enough this season, you're out. This is it now. This is your 3rd season.
We say that, but players like Werner shouldn't even get that chance if we're being real.
No, I understand that. But the problem is you can't, it's pre-season. You can't play the players that you want full tilt for a pre-season because they'll get injured. And then what are you going to say? Oh, why did the player play all these players? They're going to get injured. You can't play them. You're going to have to play them and rotate because of how congested the fixtures are coming into this season. We've got Premier League games, League Cup games, and Champions League games all before the middle of November, which doesn't happen. And there's a 2-week international break in there as well. So why don't people understand that? He's not going to go full tilt in pre-season because he can't go full tilt in pre-season. You know, it's wasted energy.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, obviously Tuchel kind of lashed out in his post-match as well,
Good.
as expected.
I'm sick
But
of being
that
nice.
kind of echoes what we're trying to say. That kind of echoes what we're trying to say, that these players are actually going to let this guy down. It looks like some of them don't even play for him.
And those are the players who went out, though. Aspie, your Alonso's. Werner doesn't want to be here anymore because he doesn't like the minutes. Well, guess what, dude? You are not getting the minutes because you can't play. I'm sorry. You know, it's like put a mouse.
Control a ball for him.
Yeah, put a mouse in a maze and have him try to find the cheese, and Timo Mouse would try to crawl over the walls to get out. That's how bad he is at playing games. It's not. Again, we can sit here and talk about, oh, we need to sign this person, but you got sorry, my head was cut off.
We've got to get them out, Jester. We can't. We've got to get these guys out.
Yeah, and
they'll infect the new players coming in.
That's the thing.
The new players. Shit
got,
spreads if you don't clean it.
Sterling's going to get scapegoated. Sterling's going to get scapegoated, 100%.
And Koulibaly's going to get injured from bailing out whoever, in defence or in midfield again. He's going to be overstretching. It's like he did yesterday, which he didn't need to.
I think that you can go back all the way to 17. I think 17 was the last year we won the Premier League.
Yes.
Yeah, 2016-17, yeah.
Okay, that summer of 17 is when we bought a shit ton of worthless players.
Yeah.
And
I spent the whole night at Chelsea that night as well.
Those players are still on the books. This has been coming for a long time, and Roman has been disinterested in the club because of visa problems, and so this has been building for a while. And now it falls to the new ownership to just clean house on what you have. I mean, they need to go to Tuchel and say, "What's your prototype player in each position?" and go find somebody that meets that prototype that we can actually buy. He's got his ideal center back in Koulibaly. Now he's going to get his ideal complementary back in Kounde, most likely. Now I got to put quotes up there so people don't go, "Well, you said he was coming and he didn't." Shit, like I know what's going on behind the scenes. It just looks that way as if everything's reported. He's closer to Chelsea than Barca. So then you have to think, okay, well, what else does he need? And I think our biggest problem is the midfield, and that's why we play a back three. And I've been telling y'all this for a year, and some of y'all have come around to it, and some of you don't. You saw last night why we don't play a back four. It just isn't. It's just not good. That midfield cannot play in a back four without somebody that can play defense, that you can rely on, and that person's not in our squad. So do you go get them, or you stick with a back three? If you stick with the back three, you don't need any more midfielders in this team unless you're going to sell some. As far as attacking wise, I want to know who's everybody's number one choice to bring in as an attacker that is reasonable, or not say, well, we're going to go get Nkunku for $100 million. We know that's not going to happen. And why would you go get somebody from a team that we just got somebody from, and he's turned out to be utterly crap? So who's everybody's? So you don't have one as a first choice right now.
There's actually not one player.
So that's not necessarily true. There's no one name-worthy out there, and that's where a sporting director who's got connections and knows the markets comes through for you and finds these gems that no one knows about. So that necessarily isn't true. It's that our scouting is not doing a good enough job finding these players. No owner wants to spend big money. They'd rather make money and keep their money. But if you can find them gems from whatever market, South American market, African market, Croatian, Asian market, whatever you want to find, and they would rather buy them. But the fact is we have not got a good enough network.
Solanke.
And everyone is relying on names, and there's no names available.
Bamford.
Overpriced. Like I said, there's no names available.
There could be names available if you're willing to pay some money. I mean, you could probably pry Sané out of Bayern with the right bid. You could probably get Liao with the right bid. But you're talking about
Talking
north
80
of
to
50
90
million for both
yeah.
of those each. And is that the kind of money that you want to invest without you bring those in without getting rid of a Timo, without getting rid of a Ziyech, without getting rid of a Pulisic, without getting rid of a Kai Havertz? Well, then you've got a bloated squad with pissed off players that aren't getting their minutes. So we're still in the point where you've got to move some players out the door.
Yep.
And if that means you sell Ross Barkley for £5 million to Everton,
Yep.
you get sell Ross Barkley for £5 million and get him out of here.
Yep.
But that's not good business, so it's not going to happen. Because once you start lowering your prices on all your players, they're going to expect that from you. So I would take $10 million for Barkley right now. I'd bite your arm off for £10 million. Send him to Everton. Werner, if he wants to go, he's gonna be hard to move.
Yeah.
Unless he takes about half the wages.
He earns £14 million a year, just over, before tax. 14 million before tax. So you're asking
that guy, man.
someone to take that on, which you're not going to do, because this isn't. We gave him that under Bundesliga, how he played in the Bundesliga. No one's going to offer him that how he played in the Premier League. It just doesn't work. It's a performance-based system. His performances don't warrant
Not again, man.
You got somebody walking in your background, bro.
No, it's cool. It's fine.
Do those people know you're broadcasting from their house, Sadiq? Have you told them that?
Sorry?
You got to ask people if you can broadcast from their house.
Bro,
he's just breaking into people's houses.
Just because your Wi-Fi's down.
She don't care, fam.
Wi-Fi's down, man.
Bro, she don't care. She walks in and out whenever she wants. It's
Someone
calm
else's
anyway.
Wi-Fi. That's all right.
Nah, I'm using my data, man. Use my data. KJ, you're alive, man. KJ, Mr. KJ. Sterling's son. You're going to be scapegoated this season.
I don't speak bad on black people's names, so
Black
I'm
Lives
not gonna
Matter.
escape. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but big up everyone. Sorry, coming with the negative energy. That's how Chelsea makes me feel these days. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to see everyone. Yeah, man. Black Lives Matter and all that.
Isn't that Barcelona licensing and merchandising? It is. That's what they call their merchandising arm, BLM.
BLM. Bro,
They do, yes.
Shit about Barcelona. Give a shit about them. May they suffer financial ruin sooner rather than later.
Well, they're gonna get out of it, man. Apparently, Madrid did it in 2009. Apparently, I didn't even know about that. What Barca are doing right now, Madrid done it over a decade ago. Apparently, maybe it's not
I
true.
don't know anything about that.
Yeah. Maybe it was the fun Ronaldo and Kaká at that time. So obviously, I mentioned about Tuchel's comments. Are we happy it's happening now? That he's saying it now? Maybe not during the season, when the season started. Maybe. Wayne.
He's calling out the idiots that need to be called out. I think obviously we've all gone through it, mainly Andrew and Jesters, but it's been called out for what they've done. There's players that needs to be out the door, and need to be realised that they can't keep on walking around thinking we don't have to play well and we're getting good money and we don't have to do nothing for this club and no one gives a shit. Well, hang on, Tuchel gives a shit. He's called them out and said, if you don't not giving us 100%, then you're not staying in this club. I want 100% from every player and who gives a shit about the team, the club and the fan base. I think it's the right move to make. He's talking as well earlier about players, attacking players. I can mention two players that are available that could be bought. But I don't know if they're agreeable for the fan base. But there is players out there, and I think Tuchel knows that. And I think Tuchel knows that there's players out there that are easily going to play to anyone on that side. There's not one player that's not placeable. And I think that is the right mindset that should be put in the club, because they all got to realise they're playing for the club, they're playing for the badge, and they need to just show it from every bit of minute they play for Chelsea, even if it's a pre-season, and then in the Premier League, the FA Cup, Champions League, or the League Cup, they need to play for Chelsea and play for the badge.
Yeah. Well, so far, guys, it looks like either Broha or Michi will be leading the line as a recognised striker for Chelsea Football Club at this rate. Some people wanted Cavani, some people wanted Rashford. Before we carry on, though, Andrew, what is LDE?
Little dick energy.
Oh, little. Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure what the
People
hell.
were complaining last night, that somehow, it's one of the worst results in Chelsea's history, or something like that, or oh no, Tuchel better watch out. You better watch himself. He's going to be gone by the World Cup starts, or
Tuchel out was trending yesterday.
Well, that's because I'm
Little dick
impressed. At
energy.
those, I'm impressed with those people with little brain cells managed to spell it out properly, let alone writing.
Yeah.
That's all. Tuchel out. Yeah, but they've probably been saving that since Frank got sacked. Tuchel out.
That's
you know
true.
What I mean?
That's
so,
true.
They've been saving that because remember, all the energy for him when he came in because he was replacing Frank. But it's just that. It's just complaining about little things they don't need to complain about or not seeing the big picture. You know what I mean? Like suddenly Sterling and Koulibaly are going to transform us into title contenders or something like that when we still got this shit in our squad.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah.
I haven't heard this report.
What report?
The news in Portugal are saying that Jorginho doesn't want to live in Manchester where their newborn son died. I think if Ronaldo was to stay in United, he would live there alone, but honestly, thought Gio and the kids would live in Madrid, not Lisbon. So, another reason why he doesn't want to be in Manchester.
Oh yeah, personal reasons definitely for sure. He's not at the US tour right now, is he? He's just personal
they
relief.
just train.
Oh, just train. It's interesting to see how the season's gonna go, man. It's gonna be very difficult this season. I still think maybe top 4 might not be achievable, guys.
I think that everybody needs to hold their water on all those comments because we do have a big disruption in the season called the World Cup. And the World Cup can do 3 things for you. Number 1, it can make you have a hangover and play like crap. Number 2, if you play well, that can translate into your season. So a player that was not playing well going in could come out red hot. Number 3, there could be a major injury picked up to a major player for a team. Because it's highly competitive. It's the one thing you want to win for your country. It's the only thing, really. I mean, you have those other ones, but those are not world, right? This is a world championship. So what happens if some players on certain teams get injured or they have a bad World Cup and they take it into the rest of their season? You don't know these things because they're variables into a season. So to say, oh, we're not going to make top 4 off of the result. Tuchel's gotten top 4 with these same players. Why is it different?
I get what you're
Also,
saying. Go on.
I was just going to say, also with the international game these days, that many people believe that players actually don't give their all for their country anymore because they're too worried about getting serious injuries and then not being able to recover and play for their big clubs anymore, and end up getting sold and ending up at worse clubs, etc. So if that's the case in tournaments that are usually after seasons are finished, what's it going to be like now when we are taking a break in the middle of a season to have a World Cup? How are players actually going to dedicate themselves to their countries? Are they actually going to be as interested as they normally would be in performing properly and giving their all, because they know after the tournament. Do we know how much of a break there is before we go back to the season after the World Cup?
It's like 7 to 10 days or something. The English Premier League starts on Boxing Day, which is the 26th of December.
So that much time, that's not much time at all. So, it's going to be interesting to see how these players apply themselves now that it's in the middle of a season.
Yeah.
I think there, depending on what country you're from, is how much effort you put in. So, if you're German or English, you actually have a chance to win the damn thing. I can tell you that the U.S. players will be, they're going to play their butts off because they haven't been there lately. Well, no, against anybody. They're just going to play. So I think it depends on some countries, but look, it's going to be a disruption whether players don't play hard or not, because you could not play hard and still get injured.
Yeah,
I mean, Alonso's can get injured, and Jorginho's been injured. He runs about he's on turtle, so it's you don't have to play hard to get injured. It's just one of those things that happens.
That's true.
You can't, and we have the comments in the chat. Terminate contracts. We can't terminate contracts. You still have you do know there's payouts on those things.
Big payouts, not little ones.
Werner
payouts.
You'd have to give Werner anywhere between 35 to 40 million pounds in the 3 years he's got left just to pay him. That's just Werner. Yeah, that's just Werner. The rest are earning anywhere from 100 to 200 grand a week.
Yeah,
even if there's a year left. So you want to pay off, fine, pay off. But then the excuse will be, we've paid off so many people, we can't afford to bring anyone in because we've used up the budget to pay that. You want that?
Definitely not. Another guest today, Mr. Alex. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. I sort of just jumped in. I didn't realize you were going to start the stream so early, because I was literally watching the second half of the Arsenal game, and I thought, oh, this is going to work out quite well. And I jumped in, and you boys have been going for 20 minutes, so fair play. But yeah, no, I mean, I think where were we talking about, World Cups or something like that? Is that
yeah, World Cup. Just Peter. Obviously, we don't know how everyone's going to react and how the season's going to pan out after that. So, I was initially worried about top 4, just as saying we don't know what's going to happen. It could be a positive for us with other people's forms as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's a weird situation.
It is a weird dynamic, but I mean, with the World Cup, everyone's going to have to deal with it, So it's not like the African Cup of Nations where it's just going to affect one team, like Liverpool, for example. Obviously, we would be affected with Koulibaly and Mendy now. So I think it's pretty similar for all of the top teams, because the top players are going to be out playing unless obviously their country aren't in the competition. But you could say it's worrying. Obviously, 4-0 against Arsenal, never ideal. But at the same time, no one looked sharp. Obviously tactics were tweaked. 4 at the back, we went to 3. We've got to have a little bit more patience. It's one of those things. Like, I'm pretty patient during the season. So for people to be overreacting at this time, I'm not going to say it's pathetic, because everyone's got their own opinion. But come on, guys, we've got to take a bit of a chill pill here. We've got to relax. Give the players a chance. Give Tuchel a chance. Give Bowley a chance. Once the transfer window's over, then we can judge. Then we can start to build. Because even that first game of the season, I think we'll kick on against Everton. I really do. They're worse this season than they were last. So positive start, go into it, make the signings we need to do. Players that don't want to be here, if they don't want to be here and we can't get rid of them, just freeze them out, Because at the end of the day, they're not bringing anything on the pitch. As much as I love Werner, because I am a fan, he's not good enough. And he can't play as a striker. Werner, he's not good enough. He's not. And what can you see from that player that you couldn't get elsewhere? The one thing really is just the hunger and desire. He does chase down balls. He does put a lot of effort in, but he lacks the quality. And that's why, for me, I would never criticise him in that sense. I wouldn't put #Werner out, for example. I just wouldn't do that. I don't believe in that. It's not the kind of fan It's just not the kind of guy I am. But I can understand why people are being impatient. But you can't do more than your best. And if that's his best, then fair play to him. But it's just not good enough.
Well said, Nippin. I'll let you have your say in general now. You've been quiet, you know, for the last 20 minutes.
Look, I apologize for what happened earlier on.
It's all good. It's all good. Just talk Chelsea. Listen, just talk Chelsea, please. That's all I want to hear. Are you worried about this season?
Look, yes and no. Yes, because our deficiencies in our squad is clear to see, and no, because I've seen this as a pattern with a lot of teams, that whoever has a bad pre-season ends up having a decent league season, and whoever has a good pre-season ends up having a pretty average to not so good league season. For example, Man United had a really good pre-season. I do not expect them to be in a title race. Arsenal, yeah, they can go on about, yay, we went unbeaten in the pre-season. I don't expect them to have a good season at all. I'm giving an early prediction here. I predict 7th for United, 6th for Arsenal. I don't expect either of those teams to have a good season.
Listen, Arsenal look like they're playing like a team, though. They look like they're gelling together.
Look,
That's the difference.
Sadiq. That's what they look like in pre-season. We've seen it all before. Sadiq, you don't know what I'm trying to say. Like,
I do understand what you're trying to say. You don't need to tell us again. Don't worry about that. I understand what you're saying. Believe me. But Wayne, Arsenal, look, they do look good. And I think Gabriel Jesus is someone that we missed out on.
Yeah, they do look like they've got good chemistry at the moment with certain players. I think, with like you said about Gabriel Jesus, I think he's got a point to prove this season. And I think he looks very hungry for it. You've got people like Odegaard, does look like they're gelling well in the team right now with Saka. And you look at their back line and you think they're looking more solid than they have done. But I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to finish because you don't know. It's not even the start of the season yet. But if you're going to look at it on their pre-season and on paper of every team, yes, we do look quite out of it because we don't. Yes, it was a friendly, and everyone keeps saying it's a friendly. And I agree with it, but we're not looking like we're fit. We're not looking like we've got chemistry at the moment as a team. Sterling and Koulibaly's not getting the game time we would like to see. They're not getting the embedding like the other players are doing because they haven't started straight away with the pre-season with us. So we are looking like we're a step back, but that's because of what happened of last season, and we've got a hangover from that. And I think I'm not worried. I think I'll start worrying at the end of the transfer window if we haven't got the players we need in for the positions, and we do something silly like we did in 2017. But at the moment, I am quietly confident. We've gone around our business the right way. We haven't panicked. We haven't just bought anyone on the shelf. They've looked at the signings. The Kounde one's taking a bit of the mick. Yes, it is, but I don't think we need to worry right now. And I'm quietly confident in Tuchel. I think we've got the best manager there is that we can have right now. There's not a manager out there I can sit in and say I'd rather him in than Tuchel. So people saying Tuchel out are just a bit deluded. We're not going to get Lampard back because he's relegating Everton from this season. Looks like, but we need to realise in ourselves as a fan base that yes, we might be hypercritical right now, but it's because we want the team to gel. That's all it is, and we're not seeing that. And we played 3 games, and in them 3 games, we've looked vulnerable in every game of them. And yes, we can sit and say about fitness and whatever, and I get that. But against Arsenal, that are maybe one game ahead, we shouldn't lose 4-0. We lose, but not 4-0. That is just something we shouldn't be doing. And in the way we lost, the goals we conceded, there's no excuse for that. It's not like the goals we conceded was them playing brilliantly and scored brilliant goals against us. No, we created their opportunities and they took them, and it's our fault. So we all got. So that's the reason why we're like we are.
There we have it, folks. Just
Just
as
saw the weirdest report ever on Twitter
tell us.
for a player to miss a match. Lacazette will most likely miss the Feyenoord match. He's with Leon now because of multiple wasps.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the hell do you do that?
Because of what?
That was a few
Wasps.
days ago, right?
He shouldn't have stuck his dingaling in there.
You're not supposed to put your knob in the hole, bro.
Yeah, well, come on, man.
Wait, what?
He's missing a game because he got stung by wasps.
Did it say how many wasps?
It said multiple.
Yeah, lucky that. He does make you laugh, don't he?
Good.
Guys,
Yo.
what happened to that Dortmund striker? Haaland.
Sebastian Allaire.
Haller. Yes, Haller.
He's getting his nuts radiated.
What? How does that happen though? Like, how does that actually
What do you
come
mean?
about?
He's got testicular cancer.
Oh,
They probably caught
right.
it. They probably caught it in his medical.
Damn, that's very sad. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. All the best to him.
Yep, all the best to him, definitely.
I want to know what is the time frame where I can start making ball jokes. I mean, how many weeks you got to give it before you can start making ball jokes?
I think you need to wait and see what the prognosis is first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then you
So if he gets a clear bill of health, I
If
can
he gets
call
a
him.
clear, yeah.
He's got less wind drag or wind resistance. He probably put more power on the shot now, stuff like that.
Probably, yeah.
And,
But I wouldn't make those
Andrew and
jokes right
distance.
now.
Andrew and
when you
distance.
go, when you go, nah. Yeah, you go, don't smell right. Move on. It's all good.
Andrew and Justice, I got one thing to ask you guys. You know, Justice got some positive comments from yesterday's review that they enjoyed his run. And one of the topics was, should we have a conversation about Mendy?
Okay.
We can have a
Is this
conversation about
spot
Mendy. What do you want?
cemented for that first team?
Yes, because the backups are useless. Next.
What has Kepa done wrong under Tuchel?
Be there.
Come on.
He's still at the team. Man said
He's
still
still taking 155 grand a week.
That was
Not
He's
singing.
been a good second choice, Keith. He's been a good second choice. But he's
So
not much more.
So no chance of Kepa, Andrew.
No. Listen, I'll be honest with you. You can find someone, if they find someone who they scout properly, better attributes all around than Mendy, I'm fine with him replacing Mendy. I'm not attached to these players as previous teams because they, I don't care if they won the European Cup. That's what I care if we won the European Cup. But what I'm saying is, you need to do year on year. The reason I like the older players because they perform year upon year mostly. These guys can't perform month upon month or week upon week at this moment. If they find a better goalkeeper than Mendy with all around attributes, then plug him into the team. Not sentimental. This is the problem with this fan base. You're too sentimental, some of you. Oh, he tries. I don't care. If he's shit, he's shit. I don't care if he tries. What is this? What's the trying got to do to help us if we lose? End product. That's what I want. End product.
That's right, my friends. That is definitely right. Well, it looks like we've got problems throughout the entire squad, and Lukaku's not even here. So I thought it could have been a positive for the dressing room, but
No. He leaving was the best thing because I tell you what, his grey cloud is not overshadowing the other shit now. That can't use him as an excuse to hide.
That's true. That's very, very
now
true.
you're exposed. You're exposed now in the sunlight. We see you now. Well, some of us still already saw you, but the rest of us see you now. because you haven't got that excuse of, well, Lukaku's still here. He's gone now. And now you are exposed.
Stocks are up.
What stocks?
Yeah, my thing on Mendy is number one, he can't distribute the ball. Like I said, he can't he couldn't distribute crack cocaine in the inner cities in America in the 80s. He just is terrible with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
Everybody likes that one. For those of you who don't know, you could sell crack cocaine in the inner cities without a problem. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, paper, milk, and crack cocaine in the morning. That's right.
Yep. So that's my biggest issue with him too. He doesn't even try to save penalties. I don't think he even tried to save a penalty the other night. Number three, he's not as athletic as you think he is. His reaction time is not as fast as you want from an elite keeper. And so that goes down with the penalties not being able to save, because that's really a test of your reaction time.
The issue with Mendy become full frontal when the other areas on the pitch are improved on. At the moment, he's not full frontal because it's not of high. It's not, what we need to talk about at this moment. But when the other areas get done, hopefully, and you see them performing, and if Mendy then starts doing what he's been doing recently, you'll then see us being linked to more goalkeepers. Until the other areas, the more important areas are done, then nothing's going to happen unless he has an almighty fall off, like Kepa style fall off.
Silky Germans.
Well, no, I mean the second half of last year he did have a fall off.
Right, but I'm talking.
I'm
talking like from game one, and it's a mistake.
He's talking about his wrist.
It's a mistake that cost us all the points, and it's just him the entire game that's cost us. I'm talking about that when it's certain in a row, when it's like that. Until the rest of the areas are fixed, though, his mistakes won't become glaring unless, like I say, they cost us severely.
Well, they cost us Real Madrid last year. He cost us again.
I agree. He made a mistake in the first leg, but also once again, we'll go. Last thing saying that game is that I'll finish it again. Cost us in that first leg.
No. I don't disagree that he's not an urgent issue, but I'm saying for us to be where everybody wants Chelsea to be is competing for the Premier League. We're going to have to upgrade that position.
In long end, he's not good enough. In long end, he's not good enough. He's not good enough for what this. You want a goalkeeper in there, Peter Cech style, 10 years, 8 at the top, whatever. Do you know what I mean? 8 solid years. Number one, doesn't even matter who number 2 is unless this guy gets injured. Do you know what I mean? You want him in there. He's the first name on the clean sheet. You know what he's going to do. Peter Cech, one of the all-time greats. You had he only started getting really shit when he went to Cudicini, brilliant. Cudicini as well. You know what I mean?
I think he would have got slated in this era, though. But I think he would have
been too small. He would have been said he would have been too small.
It would have been a Kepa. It would have been a Kepa style.
No. He's better than Kepa or whatever be. Cudicini.
We meant to have Courtois. Courtois was meant to be the next.
Courtois? Yeah.
Good question. Like, say if you do want Mendy replaced, who are you going to replace him with? Because we haven't got anyone that... Look, Atletico Madrid. Alisson's at Liverpool. All the best keepers are at the other clubs.
So they don't make good keepers anymore? No, they aren't born?
Where did Liverpool get Alisson from?
Roma.
Okay, where did Roma get Alisson from?
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Where did Roma get Alisson from?
Brazilian team, most likely.
Chelsea.
What's the part of a Chelsea? What's the part of any football team?
Good test.
Do their job properly. Scout. You scout. Like I keep going back. You get a sporting director in those markets. You scout and use those networks to get you the players that no one's heard of or hardly anyone's heard of. There's gems out there. It's just you got to know where to look.
I've been right.
Yeah.
So the Man City striker that they signed, did anyone know of him? Alvarez.
No one knew of that. Hardly anyone knew of Alvarez until City signed him. I don't even. I've not even watched. I don't even know how good he's going to be. He might be a gem. He might not. But they only paid 14 million for him or something like that. If he hits the ground, look at Chicharito at Man United.
Yeah.
No one heard of Chicharito. Don't even try it. No one in England have heard of Chicharito. Look what he does.
Yeah.
He was something else at Manchester United, wasn't he?
Exactly. That's why I keep saying this whole rebuild is not just on the pitch, it's off the pitch as well.
Yeah.
Whole infrastructure, coaching, scouting, transfer network has to change. Bowley's doing it by himself because he's been forced into doing it because the others have jumped ship.
No, it makes sense because then you got people like Alex that say Timo Werner is the best thing on earth. It's like,
that's not what I said.
Wow, bro, you tried that in the stadium.
No, you said Alonso was better. You said Alonso was better than Ashley Cole.
I wouldn't hate on my own players. That's what I said.
Don't worry, he said Alonso was better than Ashley Cole.
Yeah, Alex, why would you say that?
I like Alonso.
See, he likes Alonso. I told you, match going fans know about Alonso. He runs down the wing for me.
But yeah, I mean, problem is we just don't have players we can count on consistently or enough of them, and the ones that can be consistent or were consistent, a lot of them have gone. Rudiger, I know people didn't like Christensen, but he did a good job for us. And now we've got Dave, Mr. Consistent, and I think Alonso, as poor as he can be, especially in a back four, as a wing back, he's not a bad player to have either. So, there's so many problems to solve, and you can't do it all in this window. It's not going to happen. But we're in a better position than Liverpool were under Klopp. We're in a better position than Man City were. We've got a good infrastructure. We've got owners coming in with ambition, with money. They have to spend. So if we back the manager, it's going to happen. But when things are going to come into place, that might be this year. That probably won't be the case. We're looking more in 2 or 3 years' time. But as long as we cement top 4, we can continue to build on things and attract players. I don't think that would be a big issue.
No, you're right. Difference between us and Liverpool is that these American owners look like they're going to spend quickly and big. Unlike taking Klopp 3 seasons to get his or 4 seasons to get his stuff together because of the way they run. The most important thing, even more than income, is his outgoings. You need to get rid of them because you bring as many incomes as you want. If those outgoing players are there who want to leave, negativity spreads faster than positivity in any working environment.
But also
spread, and then the manager's on a losing battle then. And that's when egos clash and dressing rooms get disrupted. We've seen it before at this club. And I don't want this to happen to Thomas Tuchel because he's the first coach since Ancelotti that I thought, let's go for it. Not the Mourinho return.
What, even AVB? You didn't want AVB?
AVB?
Trying to be serious. Unbelievable. No, but it's like that. It will spread, man. And that's why we need to get them out sooner than bringing people in. Or do it at the same time. What did I read the other week? Everton reportedly offering 7 million for Barkley. Take it, go. See you, Barkley, go. Or loans, whatever, just go. Just go. Just get out. Just go.
Yeah, I gotta ask this question because I didn't see the picture. What did anybody see the picture of the Chelsea players that went out and got drunk in Vegas allegedly?
No.
I think Mount was there.
They posted a picture of Mount and Reece James in a club. It looked like.
Yeah, I think I saw Mount.
I feel like we've got to be a bit more relaxed with that, though. I mean, it's been such an intense season. Tell me if I'm wrong. After this season, when the Nations League come on, for some of you guys, I know we all love our football, but it's like we need a bit of a break. I felt like I needed a break, and I'm not.
I'm not watching any of these preseason games.
Well,
I watched it.
It's not worth it.
These players are scrutinised so much. Like people talking about Jack Grealish drinking. Like, what else are you going to do? What are you?
Well, you're an athlete,
are you? You know what I mean? Get the beers down, you son. Like, fair play. You've won the Premier League. So if Reece and some of the other players are having a good time, they're in Vegas for Christ's sake.
What happened with
and
Reece?
actually, Reece was one of the better looking players against Arsenal. So maybe more players should join him. Maybe it'll rub off. I don't know. But yeah,
I didn't know if Barkley was in there, and that's why he was kind of removed from the squad.
yeah.
Maybe they do have a deal in place for him, and they're just saying, "Well, you picked up a knock."
Yeah.
Maybe they do have a deal in place for him, which would be nice. They're looking at
Fine, yeah,
Everton and Newcastle are looking at Armando Broja as well.
Got to keep Broda. We've got to give him a chance because if we're not going to bring players in, at least promote the players you've already got. We saw it worked under
I don't
Lampard.
understand his mindset, man. Surely he watched the pre-season and gone,
Yeah.
what? It can't be about him. It can't be about. I'm sorry, man. He's got to have the attitude of going, I can get past all of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not difficult. It's not difficult.
Barring Sterling, even I'll put Havertz in with the rest. I think I can perform better or have a shot. I'm not allowing Michy Batshuayi to come back in his 7th season here. No chance.
Wait, has it been 7 seasons?
7th season this will be. It's his 7th pre-season.
Mate.
2016, £33 million.
Wow. That's
great business.
I have a question for all of you on the panel.
Please make it a good one.
Would any of you take Jeremy Doku from Jens?
No.
Rennes.
No.
He's a good player.
He's all pace and no finish.
We already have that in Werner. Why do we
want Werner?
we got Cho, we got Werner, we got. I mean,
he was a good player. He was a good player at the Euros. If anyone watched him,
was he? Where did Belgium finish again?
In the Euros. They got to the quarterfinals.
Okay. I don't remember this Belgian team being that outstandanding in the knockouts. They were okay. One group
quarterfinals. You're talking about quarterfinals, like
No. But Andrew. I thought Andrew was thinking they finished bottom of the group or something.
No.
Bro, Belgium are first in the world rank-wise, and they're struggling to get to semis. They are not good enough. Okay, they are not good enough, Robbie. Even England are doing better. Okay. Remember your bet with Latimer's Prime, all right? So remember that bet about England.
And I'm going to honour it, okay? I'm going to honour it. Prime.
I know you are. You support Arsenal.
I'd rather scrub my eyes off with bleach. But Prime, if you're listening, I am going to honour that bet.
What's the bet?
Looks like Skriniar is staying put in Inter, which means Kimpembe is less likely.
Yeah, because I saw they wanted more money for him.
I thought PSG were getting someone in.
They were going to get Skriniar, but I think they were thinking maybe using that Kimpembe money.
Well, they want 70 million euro for him.
Yeah,
that's a bomb.
Yeah, Inter want that, and I would have.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Kimpembe. 70 million.
Kimpembe. They want. I saw they want more money.
I saw about 60 million euros.
60 million, yeah, something like that. That's bonkers, man.
That's bonkers.
I wouldn't do it. Didn't do it.
Bonkers, my friends. Well, we've covered everything, guys. Chelsea, Arsenal, Thomas Tuchel comments, Prince, Jules, and Sirenov has arrived, people. Let's see this. Big up myself, Jesters, Alfred, AC8 Vlog, Nippin, Andrew. We need more players like Costa and Fabregas. Seville want to bid in war. Keep calm. Chelsea on.
Yeah, one thing you don't do is you mess with Chelsea. Do not mess with Chelsea. We love being the underdogs.
So you support Arsenal.
I'd rather scrub my eyes out with bleach than ever.
There you have it, folks.
And never support that.
He even put a jacket on so he could cover up the red shirt he's wearing underneath.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I mean, he's proper Chelsea.
He's proper Chelsea.
It's summertime, the man wearing a jacket in his house.
My children ever got sorted into a red group at school in the future, I would say ask your teacher to get you sorted into any other colour.
What, white, like Tottenham?
Anything but Arsenal. Anything that reminds me of Arsenal.
You heard it here, guys. He said anyone but Arsenal. So he said Tottenham. He don't mind, bro. Look. Oh, man.
Look. Then what do they win, though, City? They win nothing. What's the point in hating a team that doesn't win anything?
I get it.
They're irrelevant.
Bro,
They're irrelevant.
I get it. Super League, you went to the stadium and you looked after Tottenham fans. I understand. All right. I get it.
I went to our protest as well. I went to all the protests. Look, Super League is when all the fans come together and help each other out to save the game.
What are you gonna do when the Super League comes back?
I'm gonna march towards Stamford Bridge.
And Tottenham.
What if Chelsea aren't in it?
What if we're not in it? If we're not in the Super League, then I'm happy we're not in the
What about friends coming together to
Yeah, you could friends come together.
Then I'll go to then I'll help then I'll help everyone out.
Okay.
That's what we do. That's what we do in our family. We're here to we help everyone in the Sharma family, in the Sharma household.
Well, guys, I think that's a wonderful way to end it. Unless anyone else has any questions in general. Anyone?
No.
No.
I just wanted to ask what people's thoughts are on. We talked a bit earlier about the comments that Tuchel made after the game against Arsenal. Calling the players out. I understand that. You gotta sort of speak your mind sometimes when you want the players to understand certain things, but was that really the way to do it? Do you think that it's going to affect the players at all?
Alfred, we answered this. We answered
Okay, so there is a report out here I gotta mention before we go.
Alfred, you okay?
It's a small report from a small Twitter account that Barcelona and Sevilla have agreed on a deal for Jules Kounde.
Huh?
I'm telling you.
This is Alfred's fault.
Breaking. Barcelona and Sevilla have agreed a price of €50 million plus 10 million in variables for Jules Kounde. Additionally, there is a contract with the player. He has agreed to a 4-season deal. This comes from Sanath the One, or Sana the. Yeah, he's got 10,000 followers.
Is that Seville page?
Okay.
Sevilla page.
I can't even get I guess he's an independent reporter for Della Sport. I can't
tell.
But nobody else is reporting that. So nobody.
Well, Alfred, maybe Thomas Tuchel was right to come out in the comments if we can't sign our players, man. We're stuck with these guys, man. He's followed by Fabrizio Romano. I don't care. The guy's a tapping merchant anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll see some updates this week coming up on Jules Kounde. We're expecting 6 signings in total. We've done 2. It looks like it's going to be someone deadline day at this rate, guys. Doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon.
Who knows?
That's where we are. That's where we are, guys. Alex, that's where we are. 2 out of 6 signings. Jules Kounde might be the 3rd. Unlikely maybe now. And then I don't know who else will actually be linked with. And season starts in what? Less than 2 weeks? I think it was.
Ronaldo.
Oh. I'm surprised you didn't say Cavani. We'll leave it there, guys. We'll leave it there, guys. We've done an hour and 10 minutes. I want to thank everyone for coming on. Andrew, as always, for making time for once in 2-3 weeks. I appreciate it. Just as you officially taken Matt J. Bull's spot, because that guy is useless, bro. And I thank you. Alfred, thanks for always staying up. Maybe you might go to sleep now, I think. Nipin Sharma, thank you for coming on. And tell your dad everything's okay. Doesn't need to apologize. Mr. Alex, big plans for you very soon. And very, very good to see you as well, man. So,
Thank you, man.
guys, I'm going to let you guys go because I'm going to end the stream by myself for a few minutes. And see you guys very soon. Just as Alfred, Alex, Nipin, everyone.
Yeah.
Take care. Andrew,
See you,
take care.
lads.
Take care. Take care. Just me by myself. Nipin, go. Nipin, leave. Yeah, thank you guys. Drop some questions in. Like the video. I don't know how many likes we managed to get in the end. It was probably around 200 at this rate. If you guys can, let's get to at least 300, 350 during the stream. As soon as they go, I'll start lagging, man. I'm gonna have to end it, people. I'm gonna have to end it. So, guys, like the video, subscribe, and hopefully videos will come out very soon.